Thank you, Oscar. We're going to open this up to questions in just a couple of minutes, but I've got a few of my own. And Jake, I want to start with you. Been an interesting few months. You've had some stops and starts since the win over Mike Tyson. We've heard a lot of different names associated with your next fight, but you're back and you're stepping into the ring with a former middleweight world champion. Why was this the right fight for you?
I think this fight's been brewing for quite some time now. The fans have wanted to see this, and I want to continue to elevate and rise my opponents, and this is a former world champion. He has an amazing resume, following in his dad's footsteps and, coming short, of course. But this guy is a great fighter, and I want to test myself against the best in the world.
You heard Oscar say that the experience on this man's resume includes going 12 rounds with Canelo Alvarez. How important is it to you to do what Canelo on that night could not and stop Julio Cesar Chavez?
I'm going to shock the world once again and prove how good I am, how powerful I am. This is his toughest fight to date, and I'm going to embarrass him and make him quit like he always does.
His father, Julio Sr., Mexican legend, he has said in the build-up to this press event that he sees a renewed spirit in his son. He says he has never seen his son this focused going into the fight. Is that what you want? Do you want the best of Julio Cesar Chavez?
Yeah,
Jr.?
I don't want any excuses. And when I beat this man, all the boxing media, like you guys always do, are going to discredit it. But I'm going to expose him, and I'm going to embarrass him. He's the embarrassment of Mexico. Mexico doesn't even claim him, and he's going to get exposed on June 28th. And then the boxing media will have all these excuses. But I don't want them to be having these excuses because they say he's training hard. They say this is the most focused he's ever been. Good. And as he should be, because people don't realize how good I actually am. And when he feels those first punches, he's going to want to quit and go back to his stool.
We've seen you move around at different types of events. Events like you had last year against Mike Tyson, some of the more traditional boxing matches. This is maybe a little bit of both. You've got a former champion sitting over here to the left with a big name. Does this signal to the boxing world that you're looking to get back on that championship path, the pursuit of a world title?
Yeah, look, I always said it. I'm going to fight really tough people, and I'm going to fight big money fights. This is prize fighting. And so I'm giving the fans what they want with every single fight, taking on tougher opponents, and this is just that.
I can't help but notice it's a cruiserweight fight. The co-main event is a cruiserweight world title. If you look just to your right, there are two belts sitting there on the stage. Is it at all in your mind, if you beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., that a matchup with that man, Zurdo Ramirez, might not be far behind?
Yeah, 100%, man. This is what I came here to do, is become world champion and to create one of the greatest sports stories the world has ever seen. Going from Disney Channel to YouTube to world champion in 6 to 7 years, that's the most relatable and best sports story that any kid can get behind, and that's what I'm here to do, is inspire the next generation and do what no one's ever done before in the world's hardest sport, which is boxing.
You faced some hostile environments in the past, the Nate Diaz fight being one of them, but this might be the most hostile you've walked into. Southern California, 2 Mexicans on the card. What do you think about fighting in this type of atmosphere?
Man, the Mexicans love me, bro. Like, I'm stepping into my home environment. They love me more than they love this guy. Mexico doesn't even claim him, so that's just the way it is. And I love my Mexican fans, and they've always been rocking with me since day one. And I'm going to show him who the real Mexican warrior is.
All right. Well, Julio, I think Claudia is going to interpret for us here. He called you an embarrassment. He called you a quitter. What do you think of that?
Crazy. Jake is crazy. I think he's overrated. He's not fighting anybody in his life. He's fighting old Mike Tyson.
And I beat Anderson Silva, who whooped your ass.
Dile que, bullshit.
I don't think I need to translate that. Dime, Julio.
El día 28 vamos a ver qué onda con él.
July 28th, June 28th, he's going to see what's up.
Mira, para empezar,
To start off,
nunca noqueado a nadie.
He's never knocked anybody out.
Dime a uno que haya noqueado.
Give me one name he's knocked out.
Uno.
Just one.
Knockout.
Es como si yo peleara con mi papá. Aunque él es mejor que yo, lo puedo noquear.
It's like if I fought with my dad, even though he's better than me, but, you know, he's just old.
So,
He's talking about Mike Tyson.
va a ser una buena pelea, pero
I'll whoop both
voy a
your
ganar.
asses on the same night.
It's going to be a good fight.
Put both the Chavezes in there. I'll whoop senior and junior.
Hey,
Hey,
dile que
Julio.
cuando él nació, yo ya era campeón, dile.
When you were born, I was already a champ.
There's two things you can't beat. There's two things you can't beat. Me and your drug addiction.
Well, Julio, you
Get it
have
right, bro.
you have had
Get
your
it right.
struggles in recent years. How are you feeling coming into this fight? What is different about you coming into this fight that we haven't seen the last couple of years?
No, me siento muy bien, me siento renovado porque no me han pegado golpes en la cabeza como a él. Digo, estoy mucho más mejor que lo que él está ahorita.
I feel
siento muy
very
bien.
good. I feel refreshed and renewed. I didn't get blows to the head, so I'm a lot better than he is.
What do you think you have to do to win on June 28th?
Prepararme al 100 y ser el mejor que puedo ser, porque sé que no está fácil, está fuerte, pero preparándome al 100% sé que lo voy a ganar.
I need to prepare 100%. This is an interesting fight. It might not be easy, but you know, I'm going to do the best I can to be the best person I am, but I think I'm going to take him.
I'd like to ask Julio Sr., you've said that you've seen something different in your son coming into this fight. What have you seen?
¿Que has visto algo
What do you
diferente? ¿Te traduzco?
Por favor.
Que has visto algo diferente en tu hijo ahora. ¿Qué es lo que ves?
Lo veo muy bien enfocado, gracias a Dios. Con todo respeto que le tengo a Jet Paul. Así como está entrenando Julio, tenía yo años que no lo miraba entrenar como está entrenando ahora. No hay manera, no hay por dónde Jet Paul le puede ganar a mi hijo. Así como está entrenando, como está preparando, con todo respeto, pero no vamos a chingar a este cabrón.
I've never seen him train like this. He's very focused. The way he's training right now, I have never seen that before. There is no way.
No hay por dónde.
Where there is,
Así como se está preparando Julio, si sigue así hasta la pelea, no hay por dónde le gane Jet Paul, porque Jet Paul no es peleador.
with all due respect to Jake Paul, the way Julio is training right now, there is no way, no how that Jake Paul can beat my son. No way. With the
Jake-
way that he's working out right now.
Jake, I'd imagine that's what you want to hear, right? That, you know, whatever he's gone through in the past, that he's going to be on his very best on fight night.
Yeah, we'll see, you know, and I think it can be short-lived, but that's not a champion's mindset to when you get a big fight, all of a sudden you start training hard. I train as hard as possible no matter who I'm fighting, and that just shows you the type of person he is.
We heard Julio say, Julio, we heard Jake say that he's going to knock you out, he's going to make you quit. What do you think you can do to him on June 28th?
Mira, yo pienso que realmente él nunca ha peleado con alguien como yo.
He's never fought anybody like me.
Por supuesto, Mike Tyson ya no era boxeador.
Of course, Mike Tyson wasn't even a fighter.
Entonces pienso que no puede saber lo que le espera porque nunca lo ha conocido.
He doesn't know what he's going to see or what he can expect because he's never seen it.
En el boxeo se aprende paso a paso.
In boxing, you learn step by step.
Ya faltan varios.
He's missing out many.
All right, we're looking forward to that fight. Main event, June 28th, Jake Paul, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. As I mentioned, the co-main event is fantastic. Zurdo Ramirez has been on a meteoric rise in the crew.